The advice paradox. You're solving your friend's entire life crisis, and boom, you realize the person with zero direction is sitting right there giving all the advice? This is called Solomon's paradox. Researchers found that emotional distance makes you smarter about other people's problems but clueless about your own. It's like your brain becomes a GPS that works perfectly for everyone else's destination, but loses signal completely when navigating your own life. That's why you can map out anyone's future except your own. The confidence glitch. You're hilarious and confident at home, cracking jokes and speaking your mind, but the moment you're in a group you become quiet and awkward. This isn't shyness, it's context-dependent personality. Your brain treats every social environment differently, making you relaxed at home but paranoid in groups. It's like your personality has location settings that automatically change based on where you are. You are the same person, you just act differently based on your surroundings. The procrastination trap. Ever delayed working on a project you're genuinely excited about? You know you'll enjoy doing it, but somehow you keep putting it off for weeks. This makes no logical sense, but it's a classic fear of success glitch. Your brain is terrified that trying your best and failing means you're genuinely not good enough. It's like your brain would rather preserve the fantasy of your potential than risk discovering your actual limits. That's not laziness, that's your ego protecting itself from potential failure. The imposter syndrome. You achieve something amazing, but instead of celebrating, you feel like a complete fraud about to be exposed. This is imposter syndrome, and it's your brain's weird way of protecting you from overconfidence. The more you succeed, the more convinced you become that you're fooling everyone around you. Your brain runs a security software that flags your own achievements as suspicious instead of celebrating them. Your mind would rather believe you're lucky than competent because luck feels safer than the responsibility of success. Self-sabotage. You finally get something wonderful in your life, then immediately do something to mess it up or push it away. This isn't stupidity, that's your brain working overtime to keep you in familiar territory. Good things feel threatening to a mind that's used to struggle and chaos. Your subconscious creates familiar dysfunction because that's what feels like home to your nervous system. It's like a security system that's been calibrated for danger, so it keeps triggering false alarms whenever peace shows up. People-pleasing. You desperately want to say no to a request, but the word yes comes out of your mouth automatically. That's your brain choosing temporary social comfort over your actual happiness. Your people-pleasing kicks in to avoid any conflict or rejection, but it creates massive internal conflict instead. You're literally betraying yourself to avoid disappointing others, which inevitably leads to bigger problems later. It's like your mouth has a mind of its own and keeps saying yes when you mean no. The comparison trap. You're perfectly content with your life until you see someone else's success, then suddenly everything feels inadequate. That's your brain's habit of measuring everything against other people, and it does this automatically without asking permission. Your brain doesn't measure happiness in absolute terms. It measures everything relative to others around you. Social media amplifies this glitch by showing everyone's highlight reel while you're living the behind-the-scenes reality. It's like your happiness goes up and down based on everyone else's success. The overthinking spiral. You analyze every conversation, text message, and interaction until you've convinced yourself something's wrong. That's your brain's threat detection system going completely haywire. It's designed to spot problems, but when life is actually good, it starts creating problems to solve. Overthinking feels productive, but it's just your mind creating problems that don't exist. Your brain becomes a smoke detector that's way too sensitive. Perfectionism. You won't start something until you can do it perfectly, so you never start at all. This isn't high standards, that's fear of judgment disguised as ambition. Your brain would rather do nothing than risk doing something imperfectly and being criticized. Perfectionism feels like having high standards, but it's actually sophisticated procrastination that disguises fear as standards. It's like having spell check so aggressive it prevents you from typing anything, because no sentence is perfect enough. The authenticity glitch. You act completely different with your work friends versus your family or your college buddies, and you begin to wonder who you really are. The plot twist. You're all of them. Your personality changes based on who you're with, and that's totally normal. You show different sides of yourself because different situations need different energy. Your funny side comes out with close friends, your professional side at work, your respectful side with family. You're not being fake, you're just adapting like everyone else does. It's like being a different character in different movies, but you're still the same actor playing all the parts. Decision paralysis. You can make big life decisions easily, like changing careers or moving cities, but spend an hour choosing what to watch on Netflix or what to order for lunch. That's because your brain treats all decisions as equally important, whether it's choosing a career path or choosing what socks to wear. Small decisions feel overwhelming because they seem trivial, but they still require the same mental energy as big ones. Your decision-making system gives every choice the same importance, even simple ones that shouldn't matter. Emotional contradiction. You want to be left alone but also crave connection. You want stability but also adventure. You want success but also simplicity. These aren't personality flaws, they're competing needs that all humans have. Your brain is basically running two different programs that want opposite things. Sometimes you need safety, sometimes you need excitement, and your brain can't decide which one to prioritize. The contradictions aren't bugs, they're features that keep you balanced and adaptable. Motivation depletion. You start projects with intense enthusiasm, then completely lose interest after a few days. That's dopamine tolerance in action, and it's completely normal. Your brain gets excited about the idea of achievement, not the daily process of getting there. Once the novelty wears off and you realize success requires consistent effort, your dopamine system crashes hard. It's like your brain is addicted to trailers but gets bored during the actual movie. Your motivation didn't disappear, it just realized this was going to be work. Invisible audience glitch. You act like everyone is watching and judging you even when you're completely alone. You'll fix your hair in an empty elevator or practice facial expressions when nobody's around. That's because your brain treats social evaluation as a constant threat. Even in private, your brain never stops thinking people are watching, so you perform for an audience that doesn't exist. It's like having stage fright for a show with no viewers. The past self cringe. You remember something embarrassing from years ago and physically cringe, even though no one else remembers it. That's your brain keeping receipts on your embarrassing moments. Those cringe memories are your mind's way of telling you, don't do that again. The intensity of the embarrassment shows how much your brain wants to prevent similar situations. It's not self-torture, it's your brain learning from mistakes and keeping a highlight reel of your worst moments. Compliment deflection. Someone compliments you and you immediately downplay it or redirect the praise to someone else. This isn't modesty, that's your brain rejecting nice things that people say about you. When someone says you're good at something but you think you're not, your brain just throws out their opinion. It's easier to deflect compliments than to actually believe you might be better than you think. Your brain would rather stick with the negative stuff it already believes than update to something positive. It's like having a bouncer at your brain that kicks out all the positive feedback. Small talk hatred. You're articulate and thoughtful in deep conversations, but feel awkward and bored during small talk about weather or weekend plans. This isn't social incompetence. That's just your brain craving substance over surface chatter. Small talk serves a social purpose like warming up before exercise, but your brain wants to skip straight to the meaningful stuff. You're not rude or antisocial, you just have conversation preferences that lean toward depth. Future self delusion. You assume your future self will be more motivated, organized, and disciplined than your current self. That's wishful thinking about future you, and everyone does it. Your brain treats future you like a completely different person who will magically have their life together. Present you makes plans that only superhuman future you could actually execute. You're basically assuming your future self will be a productivity robot while your current self can barely get out of bed on time. Social energy vampire. You feel completely drained after social events, even ones you enjoyed. This isn't introversion or social anxiety. That's mental overload from social situations. Your brain uses tons of energy to read social cues, monitor your behavior, and process multiple conversations simultaneously. Social situations make your brain work overtime, constantly analyzing facial expressions, tone of voice, and group dynamics. It's like running multiple high-performance apps at once, until your battery dies. So ever had one of these personality glitches? Tell me in the comments. And if you found this video insightful, don't forget to like and subscribe. Thanks for watching.